we are here at Kara through invitation of Kara to sensitize them on National Building Code. This is a new code which was published on March of 2024, and it was further launched on 17th of July 2024. And with it, it is going to be effective after 1 year. So from 1st of March 2025, that is when it is expected to be effective. So currently what NCA is doing in preparation for the same is sensitization, sensitizing the stakeholders and the public involved in the construction industry on the same building code. It has been an existing code, only that which is dated 1968. So what has been being used in the construction is a code which came to being in 1968. So it is not that Kenya didn't have a building code. What this national code is a revision. So it is a review of what was existing. So this National Building Code 2024, it is the review of the old code of 1968. Because it has taken a long time, over 50 years, to review the code. So the reason is that the code was in existence, yes, but it has taken a long time before it has been reviewed. But it has gone through many attempts of trying to review. There were many attempts from 1996 and up to when the new constitution 2010, the initial code or the existing code of 1968, it was anchored in the municipal council. But in 2010, amalgamation of the constitution where the counties were put in place, then there was no law to anchor the National Building Code. And therefore, it was decided that the National Building Code be anchored under the National Construction Authority, the Act. And that also necessitated the change of NCA Act through amendment laws of 2020, March of 2020, whereby NCA was added an additional function of enforcement of building code. And that is when the process of reviewing the code started, because now the code was anchored in that National Construction Authority, the Act. And since then, the authority, through the parent ministry of then State Department of Public Works, started the reviewing of the building code, which finally went through the Parliament, both houses, Parliament and Senate. Why Senate is because it is also going to be enforced at the county level. So finally it was published on 1st of March 2024. So, and in the code also there is a provision of transition for 1 year. The difference between the new code and the old code, there is a number of differences, and basically most of it is because of the old code was more of descriptive, but in the current code it is based on performance. So when it comes to the materials to be used in the construction, as long as you can prove that this particular materials is able to perform the function which is expected, then it is allowed. In the old code, it was very specific. You can only use a particular materials. Like when it goes to coastal regions, for example, you know that what is available there is coral. But you find the old code still describing, for example, masonry, maybe 200 millimeter thick blue stone, thicker stone. So it means that you have only to prescribe as per that. But in this current one, you have to use any material as long as it meets the structural capabilities and also the performance. And also when it comes to the issues of sustainability, the issues of green building, safety and health issues, it is so much expanded. And also the old code also did not have a provision for reviewing it, and that is why it has taken a long time. But in this particular code, because it provides for reviewing after every 5 years, and since we are in an age of changing technology, so we also appreciate that we will take in, absorb the changing in technology. So once there is any new technology, at least the code can be reviewed to capture all that. So the code will be applicable across, only except the traditional houses, the single stories, the traditional houses as we know, which has issues to do with culture and tradition. Those are the only ones which will not be applying the building code. But all the other buildings, it will apply the building code. The old code was more prescriptive, but this one is performance-based. Yeah, you are allowed to bring in any new technology, any new material, as long as it can perform, it can meet the structural requirements.